Hey everybody, welcome back to a new video. So today is a slightly different video because I really wanted to talk about something that is really important to me, and it's the 20 interior design books that everyone should own. And by everyone, I mean not just the interior designers or people that have interest in interior design, because I truly believe these books have shaped the way I see life, the way I live my life. Also, obviously, the way I work, because I learned a lot. But I love how these have two aspects of them. So I don't think I'll be sharing the 20 ones. I will refer though to my Substack where I put a detail of all the 20 books, otherwise it will take so long. But I really wanted to share a few of them. And also, if I can ask you to follow my Substack, that would be amazing. And my YouTube channel in the meantime. Let's get to it directly. So first of all, I wanted to discuss about this one. This one is from Axel Vervoordt. It's called Wabi Inspiration. Axel Vervoordt is Belgian, and he really, thanks to him, I know about the Wabi Sabi philosophy. And if you don't know about the Wabi Sabi philosophy, it's a Japanese philosophy of seeing the imperfection and the beauty of imperfection in life. It's come from Japan, and that from a personal and from a health point of view, that really shaped and helped me see things differently. And I'm forever grateful because I started interior design, and my interior design journey, I used to, in my Instagram put Wabi Sabi because I loved imperfection. I loved, for example, how wood change over time, how the flooring, the walls, depending on the material that you use, change, and how it becomes more beautiful over time. And I was reflecting is that this is so beautiful. Why do I think that's beautiful in design and not in my life? And that's why I say these type of things really shape or change the way you view life. Because sometimes when I'm harsh with myself, or how I move forward or where I am in life, I think about, okay, but what did you do now? And what is that you think imperfect, or where you failed? What did you learn from it? And I don't see it anymore the failure, but more at what experience I got from it, or what experience God wanted me to do or to have in order to move forward with wisdom in life. And also from a health perspective. So I told you in the past vlogs how I had some health issues, and health issues have left scars. And I don't see myself the way people see me. And so the Wabi Sabi philosophy really helped me in loving me more, in a sense, and being less harsh with myself. And every day when I look at myself and I'm too judgmental with myself, I remember, oh, but that is beauty, because whatever that, whatever that I have, whatever shape or form, that no matter what scar I have, it's actually beautiful because it shaped me, it made me who I am. And that's the imperfect beauty part of the Wabi Sabi philosophy, and I love it. And from an interior design perspective, if you wonder what's my style, so I'm a mix between Wabi Sabi and Mediterranean, and I call it the Mediterranean minimalism. And it's about having natural materials, natural colors, and it doesn't mean boring. It just mean looking at what do you really value, something that I really like. So it's about natural materials, the outdoors, bringing the outdoors in. I love it. So I really do recommend you and get to know a bit more about Axel Vervoordt, because I'm just obsessed with the person, the philosophy, his work, and his studio work, obviously. So that's the first one I want to share. The next one, so that's a woman, she is Kelly Wearstler. So if you don't know Kelly Wearstler, she is an American, she's an interior designer. And honestly, I will never stop raving about her. If you're a woman and you want to have some inspiration about someone creative but also business-minded, have a look, go follow her. And she has also a brand. She collaborates with a lot of brands like H&M Home recently. And her style is she has her own style. It's very colorful. And if you like that, you know, she likes to try things. She's also always in advance. Like she really saw, for example, the right use of AI. It's really an inspiration, not only in interior design, but actually as a woman. Next one is, this book was not part of the list. I'm actually reading it right now, but I thought I would do a quick mention because I've been wanting to read this one. The Psychology of Money is not related to design at all, but it's life-changing. I'm reading it right now, so I'll do another video with other, you know, type of books, but I thought that I should do a honor. Another one that I want to talk about is still Wabi Sabi. I will not go into detail with this one. Is Wabi Sabi Welcome. And this one, what I want to prove to people is, because initially when I was doing, you know, putting Wabi Sabi in my Instagram, people thought that, and myself included, that I had one specific style, which is Wabi Sabi, which is a beautiful style, but if you take it as is, as an interior design style, it's very, you know, organic, a bit dark, really minimal, wood, natural materials like the floorings and the natural paints there are, like I have here in the studio. But what I love about this book is that it shows you the philosophy. It shows you that you can have Wabi Sabi in all different styles. For example, you know, she will talk about things about the intimate table, how to, you know, host from a Wabi Sabi principle. She will tell you about some traditions, like how to be a humble host. You see what I mean? So it's really, as the name said, Wabi Sabi Welcome. So it's all about inviting, welcoming people through the Wabi Sabi philosophy. And she tells it here quite nicely. Turn the generous act of getting together into the deeper art of being together. So, you know, when you are with people and you're on your phone or you put TV on, no, you will learn about how, or you will read at least about how when you're there, when you're with people, you are actually with people, you are with your family, you are present. And this is the presence. This is what I love about that book. Another one is the interior design handbook. I will not go into detail. This one is really more interior design related, but I really like it because it helped me a lot, because I made a career change. I used to work in tech, and that really helped me in knowing the basics, as for example, where to put lighting, at what level. So it's really a straightforward type of book, you know. You have some things about what colors can you mix together, what are the right, where to put the different parts in your kitchen. So if you're planning to, you know, if you're on a budget, for example, and you're redoing your kitchen, and you need some help in the spacing, I really recommend you this one. See, it's very concrete type of things, like how to put, for example, your art on the wall. So that's something that everyone should own, whether or not you like design, but you just have a home and you'd like to decorate a tiny bit, or, you know, do some reno. And yeah, that is all. I think that these are the ones that I really wanted to focus on. Obviously, there are many more. There are 20 in the list, but I felt There are so many more in the Substack, so feel free to go have a look. I'll put it in the description. Thank you as always for being here, and I wish you a good day and see you next time. Bye.